and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is a weekly read for you for the last week of July 2020, so that's from the 27th of July till the 2nd of August, give or take a day or so, and it's a general reading just to see what's on the cards for you at this time. But before we dive into the tarot, I need to consult the oracle. And I'll draw 3 cards from this oracle deck to see what words of wisdom the mysterious oracle has for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020. What messages are there for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020? What messages are there for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020? What messages are there for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020? Well, that's too many there. We'll take that one, and that one, and that one. I'll keep these on the top of the deck in case we decide to see what they were at a later point. You have adjacent possibilities. Looking at things from a different point of view, perhaps. Going into things from a different angle. Anxiety. Perhaps as I get a sense, worry about decisions, which way to go. Perhaps too many possibilities are coming your way at the moment, and it causes anxiety, wondering which is the right door. But in the outcome, the overall outcome is whichever way you choose, it seems will be the right way. You have a bounty, a harvest coming in, so there is abundance coming your way. Let's see what the rest of the spread has to say. Let's see what's on the cards for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020. What messages are there for Capricorn for the last week of July 2020? What messages are there for Capricorn? Oh my gosh, okay. I'll take these 3 to start off with. Wands. A lot of fiery energy there, Capricorn. Right, so it seems that there's a creative interest, a spark that you want to move forward, to develop, to bring to fruition, but it seems that the traditional way of doing things, I get a sense, is hindering you from taking the initial idea and bringing it into fruition. This is barring the way. This is in between the two. And perhaps this is what's causing a lot of strife and worry. But let's see what the rest of the cards show. Got the deck upside down. You have the 9 of Swords. You have the 4 of Swords. And you have the Page of Coins. Wow. You have the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Magician as your challenges. And your advice from Spirit is the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. You have the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups in the outcome row, and you have the 9 of Coins as your bottom of the deck. So that's an interesting read. I get a sense here that yes, there's a lot of anxiety, perhaps even overthinking things, because it's a simple choice of, well, it's simple, but it seems what's barring your way to moving a creative idea, a new beginning, something a drive, something that you want to do, to bring it to fruition because of an intuitive sense that there's a lot of potential for this idea to bring you an abundance of security and value. But there are restrictions that come from traditional ways of doing things, traditional ways of thinking, perhaps, structured ways of thinking, and perhaps it's to do with a large institution. So there's this tradition, this institutionalized traditional way of thinking and doing things that's barring your progress in a creative endeavor or idea or pursuit. And there again, this just echoes these three cards that you got initially. You're worrying, there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of perhaps even overthinking and fear, that I think fear that moving away from this traditional set of thinking and set of morals and principles may have serious repercussions for you, worrying about that. But what is needed is taking time out, taking a step back from it all, because that will enable you to breathe, calm, and perhaps see things in a new perspective. There's a deep sense of intuitive knowing that this endeavor is something that will bring you potential for learning, for potential for growth, development, and abundance and value coming into your life. But it's difficult for you to see how you're going to pursue it with these obstacles in the way. Your challenge is that you can do it, but it's a heavy burden, it's a heavy task, and it's a long-winded one, something that may be tiring. And moving forward with it, you may, at this point where you're at now, feel it's pointless trying to pursue it because you've gone constantly uphill against the wind, carrying this heavy load on your own with very little support from others, and you're at a point where you feel just tired and wanting to pack it in. But holding on to that idea that you can do it, that you can bring this concept into manifestation, this is your challenge, because this card shows you're so close to achieving your goal. You just need to have that one final push, and that's the challenge, seeing that, believing in yourself, knowing that you can manifest it into reality. Advice from Spirit is you are on higher ground. You are in a good position to defend any obstacles in your way, fight off any oppositions, and reach that point that you want to. The advice card is to just keep going at it with the initial passion and insight you had, the initial drive and feeling. So it may be a little, may seem to you to be a little brash, a little rush, a little, unprepared, unstable. But the Knight of Wands is all about just charging through with something, with passion, with conviction, and letting go of the need to think things through, plan, strategize, but go with your intuitive gut instincts. And the advice cards also show that overall this is something that can bring you harmonious stability, happiness, that emotional stability. This is what this card speaks of: comfort, of coming home to something that is warm, accepting, comforting, supportive. You have here, you're stepping through, you'll be able to move this forward, take it on to the next stage, and there will be possibilities. You may have some regrets. I feel that you may meet along the way with some further restrictions that may hold you back. You may have to let something go in order to really pursue this with drive and vigor, but the overall result of that is creating for yourself a point of stability and security and independence, having done things your own way, having moved away from a traditional mould and breaking out with a new passionate vigour. I'll just get a clarification on these two cards for you. Let's see. Why is the Ten of Swords there? What is the Ten of Swords there meaning? Why is the Ten of Swords there? Let's see. Because I just get a sense that this is a brilliant plan, a brilliant idea that is worth sacrificing. The old, familiar, comfortable way of doing things. It has great potential for growth. You keep getting these, it seems that, the challenge is breaking from a difficult mould. I mean, from something you've believed in and felt very comfortable with, into something that is daring, exciting, and has the potential to bring you stability, security, and independence. But why is the Five of Cups? What is the regret there? I get a sense moving on, it seems that you're leaving behind something that has meant a lot to you, and there is some regret to leaving that behind in order to develop yourself, in order to develop your idea. Perhaps this is a career spread for many of you, to move from a company that has served you and that you have served for a long time, but in order to move forward, to create your own legacy, to create your own wealth and stability and security, something that is long lasting and something that you can hand down. And here is your regrets. It is leaving something that was a good partnership for you. You may always think of that, but the reason for leaving it is to create stability, to to spread your wings and span out a bit, to move away from something that may have been comfortable but confining, and moving towards independence. So you have your abundance card here right at the end, the cornucopia. There is a promise of abundance, but there is anxiety, regret. There's something you've got to leave behind, something that was secure and you felt faithful to, but time perhaps to go a different way, adjacent possibilities, and move on in order to allow yourself to expand and grow and find independence, security, and value to your life. So that's your difficult decision this week, Capricorn. I hope that the reading resonated with you and that you enjoyed it, and that you have a good week, and God bless till we meet again.